There's been an agenda change. The first thing that will be done is that we will approve the minutes from the last board meeting, and then everything else will be 2, 3, 4, 5, down like that. That's the agenda change. So everyone has had a copy of your agenda now, and you've got a copy of last time's meeting minutes.
Do you have any more of those,
Of the minutes from the last time,
or the agenda for tonight?
right here is the agenda for tonight.
Anybody else need any? Oh, Dan, can we have one?
We have some over here.
You've had time to review the minutes from the last meeting. Does anyone have any changes or corrections that need to be made? Then I would entertain a motion to approve.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Can you do roll call, please? Keith Pigg,
I approve.
Colleen Hoster. I approve. Tammy Hamby, approve. Amanda Stevens, approve. And Colin Shaker.
Approve.
Okay. This is a special call meeting. There will be no public comments at a special call meeting. So we will go straight down the agenda and then close the meeting. We are here to review the 2022 budget with the comparison of what was actually spent in that budget. So I want to make sure that we're all on the same page first, because I've done a lot of research this week. I'm sorry, I can't let anyone from the audience say anything at this time. The meeting has been opened. So there is a budget that the Form Court assigns us, so to speak, of how much money that is going to be part of what we have. We do a budget based on that number, okay? Then, what's actually in the account, money-wise, does not equal that budget, because money comes in and out constantly, and some of that money is already appropriated for other things. Normally, we have a budget, and then there is an unappropriated amount of approximately $100,000 every year that is spent if needed. It is to be used to finish up the year, if we go over with anything, those type of things. So if you'll look at it says 2022 County Library Fund number 3008. It's this page right here. Single paper. Should be in there with.
Was it from the previous meeting?
No. This is from today.
Package from today?
Yeah, it should have been in today's packet. It's called County Library Fund. Should be that. Okay.
If you'll look in the documents that I gave you,
Do you have one of them yours?
there is the total anticipated revenue.
No, we want this right here. This is what we want. Yeah.
I can do it.
Can you make one?
With the intention of getting COVID money this year, because it was created with the intention of getting COVID money.
How much was that going to be?
$448,000. Because we did not get that money to pay for those expenses, we have had to pinch pennies to get all of these bills paid out. And I was trying to finish paying out all of the 2022 bills, which I do every month. We appropriate, we transfer money as needed. That is how I was trained, that is how we do it.
So, according to the county treasurer, we go by our budgeted amount. You cannot go by the actual amount that's in the bank. You have to go by the budgeted amount.
Seriously?
So I'm sorry, I don't feel like I got an answer. As far as the 600 some odd thousand, it's in the library account.
Not to mention our CDs that we have, which total up to $215,000.
So you're saying that the library is sitting on 800, close to $900,000?
No, so that's CDs.
That rolls over, the CDs
CDs roll
just
over.
stay. Yeah,
Okay.
they just stay. But the 624,000 and some change will roll over to the anticipated budget for 2023.
Okay. And the money has just been
Once-
sort of building over the months and years, or? Okay.
And without
So,
that, we don't have the budget for 2023.
we do, actually.
Can you clarify that?
We do have the budget for 2023.
We don't
and
have
that
the money for the
extra.
budget for 2023 without that money.
But we also are anticipating taxes coming in, and
We're
then they will have
anticipating that.
updated figures in March.
So are we anticipating needing to draw from this to cover the deficit?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We have to go in and draw from what was supposed to be for
That money set aside,
2023, the money set aside for 23, to pay the 22 budget.
That is not, that
The
is not
money is
true.
not set aside to 2023.
No.
It will roll over like any other thing.
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, that's
It was
simple
not
finance.
budgeted or
It's
appropriated.
unappropriated
For that.
money in our fund.
Why does it not show that it's unappropriated money in your fund? Why did they tell you that you could not pay all the bills today?
Because I had to appropriate money into the line item, which I do every month at the quorum court meeting.
Okay, but you don't have the money to appropriate. There's only 16,000 left.
Weren't you the one that said you bankrupt the library last time?
Yes.
You
I
don't,
remember.
you don't have,
No questions,
No
no
questions,
statements,
comments.
please.
Can we ask Ms. Eva for some clarification, please?
Please.
Yes,
okay.
please.
She was here for 1,000 years, sorry.
Okay.
Let her help you guys.
We always try about a year in advance before a year's money in advance, so that if something happens, we don't have to close our library.
Right, right.
So when the money comes in for this year, it's spent next year.
Right. That's exactly what I was saying.
But if we need it, then it can be appropriated by the quorum court to spend wherever we need it.
But we did spend already over $100,000 of that.
I understand it.
Because all of our IT services this year are expensive.
This report is what went over. That's not what was on here. Went over the budget.
Sounds like what's happening, I understand.
As a member that was here before, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. A lot of this was already appropriated from the beginning of the year, what we anticipated on having happen. Now, when the RCAP did not go through because it was given to another entity inside the county, then we had to pull, or she had to pull, or we had to pull from that amount to cover what we had already basically spent to try to keep upgrade of the library system.
Yes.
And why did we continue to spend money on things that we didn't have to buy?
What was it that we didn't have to buy? Everybody, the Wi-Fi, the IL,
Okay, that's not what's
LMS
on this
system.
as being an overage. The only thing that's there would be the new database. There's $39,000 in van and fuel expenses. that's an over.
Because gas prices went up.
$39,000?
I've got a copy of something that was from the summary of total funding request. This is from June 3rd. Maybe this will help clarify something for you. This is from the summary of the funding request from June 23rd, I mean June 3rd.
So this is the anticipated COVID.
Yes, as you can see, it's almost 130,000.
Very much good. This is, COVID money is just 130.
Right, not 400.
Gas prices went up astronomical. Yes. My video wins on this one.
As you can see, the total cost.
Fabia, should be just details on the budget, different line item details that I had looked at. I just brought them so that you would have the same information that I have. They will we probably won't even discuss them tonight. At the top, you can see over to the right-hand side, the original estimated budget and this came straight from the treasurer's office today, and this is what he told me. The original estimated budget for the year was $1,452,195. They revised that later on in the year because we did not get the money in that they had estimated we would get in, to $1,340,586. We actually budgeted amount that we had to spend was $1,307,125.18. Then appropriations from the unappropriated account was asked for, which made the total to be $1,435,855.42, which as of the end of the year left $16,389.58. Normally, there's about $100,000 there. Then, today, we have asked the quorum court to finish paying for the rest of the bills for 2022. Those bills are going to total close to $25,000, which is $9,000 in the red now. All of the budgeted money was spent, all of the unappropriated money was spent, plus another $9,000.
Okay, so to recap, in 2022, the county collected approximately $1.3 million in taxes for the library. The budgeted amount for 2022 was,
Speak up, please.
the expected budgeted amount for 2022 was $1.3 million, $1,307,000 roughly.
Right.
So about $33,000 less than what we actually took in. But we spent $1,435,000.
Correct.
Okay.
And that included all of what they call the unappropriated funds that they hold in the account for emergencies, and they roll over every year. They call it the rollover money. All of that was spent, plus another $9,000 that we will not have the money to pay without reappropriating the funds that have already been appropriated for 2023
So,
back to 2022.
so the difference between spend and budget was
Over $100,000.
$122,000 roughly.
Correct.
Okay.
May I respond?
Yes, you may.
In the profit and loss ledger transactions that I gave you all, it shows the current amount in our bank right now,
Mhm.
$624,000.
That's correct, but that money's already been appropriated for 2023.
No, it hasn't. That's what's in the bank that can be appropriated to
That's what the
pay
county,
the final bills for 2022.
but it has to be, that money was for 2023 money. That's not 2022 money.
No, that was 2022. It
Okay.
was all of 2022. It's from January to December 31st.
The county treasurer told me today, this is what.
That is what the county treasurer also sent me.
There is the actual money in there, but we go by, but we go by the budgeted funds.
Can you clarify for me, does that mean that the money that's there, it's being held to pay for 2022 and then it will roll over what's left into 2023, is that correct?
Correct.
Thank you.
So, this is kind of a side question, but where did all that money come from, if I may ask that?
Sure, I would love to tell you. So, unfortunately, we did not get the COVID money that we had requested to help pay for all of our IT expenses that we had this year. So our budget does not reflect the changes.
That is just extreme, that comes out of nowhere, you know, an
Next 2
emergency
months.
situation. Do we have anything between now and March that might possibly fall outside of these parameters that you know of?
Not that I know of, but as soon as I do know of that, I can email everybody the expected expense that's going to be coming out.
And then we can have another special meeting.
There you go.
Take care of it.
Did you make that motion, Mr. P?
Okay, what did you get there, Carol, as our motion, or her suggestion for motion?
Just asking for a motion to only spend the day-to-day expenses until March.
I so move.
I'll second it.
Roll call vote.
Roll call vote, Keith Pig,
Approve.
Colleen Hosher,
No.
Tammy Hamby, approved. Amanda Stevens, Colleen Shaver.
So we'll have to go no. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do I have a motion to dismiss?
I move that we dismiss.
Oh, hallelujah.
I'll second it.
What's the last thing?
Roll call vote.
Roll call vote. Approved. Been moved and seconded.
Yeah, go ahead.
Keith Pig,
Approved.
Colleen Hosher, approved. Tammy Hamby, approved. Amanda Stevens, approved. Colleen Shaver.